Yo. What are you guys up to? Y'all being sassy?
Kindred666 just gave Compy a subscription to the trading company. Thank you, adventurer.
Oh my goodness, Kindrith. Hi, buddy. How you doing? How you doing? How's the world? Compy, oh my god. No. Why are there so many? Hello, happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. What are you up to? What's going on? How are you feeling on this fine day? You feeling good? Are you feeling pert? Are you feeling popular? Chat, I heard something amazing. I've always teased around
thank
you for the hydrate. Oh, Fox says hi also. Hey, Commander, how's it going? I'm assuming when you say Fox, you mean Commander Fox. I'd be worried if it was anyone else. Guys, Operation Kobold Care Package is still live and in effect. We're gonna pin that up here in our chat too. There we go. Thank you. Goodness, goodness, goodness. One of the things we're big on is loving the shit out of our friends. So we're going to love the shit out of our friends. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. I do have a coffee here, which I will drink. You can tell I got coffee because I'm talking fast. Ah, it's so good. $93 and humid, gross. Extreme flooding, gross. I'm sorry. Absolutely silly. I'm so sorry. All right, we're going to play more Higurashi today. I was really thinking about it. I was even debating modding the game to get you the voice acting. See, the version that's available on Steam is kind of not great. Wait, what's happening with Vert? Vert's come into some super unfortunate, over-the-top expenditures lately, with them needing to rework the well. And so they had to cover a lot of additional expenses. So money's very, very tight for Vertice right now. So for anybody who's wanting to donate and support and love our lovely friend, provided a link to her Ko-fi page to dono. Of course, you can always give subs, buy bits, anything helps. That's not an expectation that you do that, you know, but I will say, make sure you're there in her chat supporting her, right? I'm happy to be live, mostly because going live is also good for my brain. So, you know, me being on here is a little self-serving and self-soothing. But please make sure you're supporting the lovely Kobold. I didn't say it's mandatory. It's absolutely not. Please don't say that. I'll get in trouble. Vert would be so mad if she thought I was, like, extorting people into supporting her. We're going to do some more Higurashi when they cry today. Obviously, I love the shit out of that game, so that's a big part of it. But I think another big part of it will also be just that it's fun. And then once we finish chapter 1, I'll purchase the rest of them. Yes, Osaka Bean. He's not saying it's mandatory. I'm saying it's mandatory. I have caffeine and you feel great. Yeah, I fucking knew it. See, caffeine's what you need. Caffeine's what the body craves after all. All right, so I'm going to pop open this game. I'm going to pop the top. Be like, sup, bitches. I'm popping tops and slapping faces, just kicking the taste out of people's mouths. We're playing Higurashi When They Cry Ho, Chapter 1, Onikakushi. So, I know a lot of you aren't very familiar with this game series, and that's okay, I forgive you. And a lot of you aren't familiar with the anime, and that's okay, I still forgive you. I still forgive you, even though you don't know them. You guys are gonna have to give me just a second to kick Katsu out of the office. Oh, God, yeah, he's already getting squirrely. So bear with me as I get everything set up. Katsu. I like to see Katsu just being chaos, so it's stressing me out. Alright. Higurashi When They Cry is back. Don't call me Higurashi When They Cry Ho. Did I not explain it well enough? Did I do bad, Osaka Bean? Or is there just a significant delay on my stream? Cinema, you're not late. I'm just not trying very hard this week. Window costume. Either nap or you leave. Choices. Oto, I forgot to ask, set up that server. Do you want an invite for a bit of cross promo? I want to figure out how to fix stream cord. What the hell is stream cord? Oh no, you probably did fine, Waito. It's just that my internet stopped during your explanation and I heard nothing. Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, that will definitely change the experience for a lot of people. You're absolutely right. Give me a second here. I'm trying to add a source. Oh, God, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you guys heard Katsu just fucking scream. Sing the song of his people here. Bear with me. Bear with me, I'm stalling, chat. Cat's stalling. He's stalling. He's stalling. All right, there we go. Let's see how bad we can make everything we do today. I gotta close that. And I gotta mute that. There we go. Because I have so many different services open right now, it's not even funny. Also, geez, this soundscape is incredibly similar to living out in the province. That would make sense. This is very much so, like a Japanese town, and it's very well inspired by a lot of different places. So you do need to be mindful of kind of what you're experiencing on here. I figured I'd push it live on TalkTick. I heard TalkTick chat. Wait, is this a rural horror game? So yes, Liquid Joseph, if you don't know this game, I will tell you this is a horror game, and it is disturbing. But this is a super rural horror game. And what I would say is to give you a little bit of insight as to where we're located in the world and timeline. If you've never encountered Higurashi, we just finished Chapter 6 of the game yesterday. what we're looking at as far as plot and locations and what's going on. This is set in like 1983, I think, 1983 or 1984, in a rural town in Japan called Hinamizawa. If Cat had Rivals on PS5, they have Jeff's Dolphin outfit for free as an add-on bundle. I might install it. I don't know if it translates over to both, though, but... So, it's set in a town called Hinamizawa in Japan. This is the town of, like I said, Hinamizawa. And about 5 years prior to the events of this game, in 1978 or 1979... Hold on, I gotta kick Katsu out, and then I will continue the story. All right, 1978 or 1979, there was a big effort to remove the town and actually take it from the map and flood the town out. In the late 70s and 80s, there was a big push in Japan towards commercialization, reapplying real estate as well as hydroelectric energy. There were major incentives for this. This is a real thing that did happen in some places. But this fictional town of Hinamizawa was faced with that crisis where their town was going to be removed and their ancestral homes would be flooded out and the whole town put underwater. Obviously, the townsfolk were vehemently opposed to this idea, and so they pushed against the concept of this and challenged the people who were pushing to install a dam in the town. You play as a kid named Keiichi Maebara. You've just moved to this town and lived here for about 2 months. In this town, you're kind of the new kid. You don't know anybody. You don't know anything about the people, the places, the things. And you meet some other kids that are kind of teaching you about the town and how to get familiar and get around it. And you hear a rumor. At some point, you hear a rumor about a murder. And the murder you hear about is in relation to this dam wanting to be built. It is kind of similar to Shichigawa. You're going to have to give me one more second here. There we go. There's that. Perfect. And then we should be collecting audio from... hold on. All right, there we go. Cool. Now people be hearing. So, look, I spent a long time studying a lot about Japan, so hopefully my useless childhood knowledge is helpful for something. So, obviously the townsfolk are super against this happening. They form an alliance. I actually think this game is heavily influenced by Wakayama Prefecture. So, anywho, so they form an alliance to oppose the creation of this new hydroelectric dam. Eventually, at some point, the foreman and some of the townsfolk come to blows, and they claim alcohol was involved. Doesn't really matter. What does matter is the foreman for the dam project gets murdered. And there are 6 conspirators in this murder. And what winds up happening is that one of them convinces the other 5 to sever the body of the man they killed so that they all own some onus of responsibility for his death. And they are each charged with the hiding of the part of the body that they were left with, that they removed themselves from this man they killed. You find out about it, and basically the murder shuts down the whole dam construction process. Dam is in the location, not the bad word. From there, there's a big push that there's like a cleansing ritual to a mountain god here called the Oyashiro, Oyasa. Hold on. I'll get there. Oyakashiro. I think it's Oyakashiro is their mountain deity. To cleanse them of the murder. And every year since then, there has been a murder on the night of the Wakanagashi festival. We just had that festival last night. We went with our friends, we followed the rules of the festival, and at the end of the night, we got home, and our main character, Kun, Keiichi Maibara, is talking to his mother, and he's like, hey, did you manage to make it out to the festival tonight? And she goes, oh, shucks, no, Dad couldn't wake up, and so we didn't go. Guess we'll catch it next year. And that's where Chapter 6 ended. There's a very slow burn to this game. Nothing overtly horrific has really happened aside from at the festival when people started telling us about the historic murders. Everything in this game is built as a very slow burn, so everything is supposed to gradually shift into uncomfortable territory from a place of comfort. And this is an oldie but a goodie, so the artwork's not great. For future chapters of this, it's weird because we're in Chapter 6. There's 12 chapters in Chapter 1. But for future games, as in Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, the games, I'm going to mod the game so that there's voice acting in it. So for now, you'll have to deal with me talking quite a bit. I will also say, of course, that does mean this game is graphic in its own way. So please don't feel like you have to stay here for it. I think we did watch every tip, so I think we're good. But we've had a... So technically the body count is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 since the event. Good morning. Nice job yesterday, Kei-chan. You didn't do so badly yourself, Mion. Yesterday was fun, so nobody died, I guess. At least we haven't heard of anybody dying. That's good. Good morning. Nice job yesterday, Kei-chan. Yeah. Oh, that's right, Keiichi-kun. Thank you very much for Mr. Bear. I'm glad you like it. Don't use it as a pincushion, though. I wouldn't. Still chatting happily, we entered the classroom, but the moment I stepped into the room, a splashing sound and a nasty sensation. It was a bucket filled to the brim with water. And unfortunately, my foot stepped right into it. My now, how diligent of you to mop the floor this morning. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Whiff. Wah! Keiichi-san flicked my forehead. You should set a more brutal trap next time. Seeing that Reina began to swoon as Mion looked on dejectedly. Everything was the same as always. Yeah, see, look, nothing bad happened. Isn't that wonderful? It's always good when nothing bad happens. I'm a big fan of nothing bad. Everything was the same as always. Everybody was there and nothing felt out of place. The uncertainties I'd had in the back of my mind since yesterday had vanished. Hi, Nagasetsushiro. What is it, Keiichi-kun? Didn't get enough sleep, maybe? Maybe. I slept like a log, but if you want, I'll do a reenactment during class. Hi, Juice. Hi, Wake. Hi, Jaichel. Wow, there's lots of folks. Hi. Hello. I slept like a log, but if you'd like, I'll do a reenactment during class. You shouldn't do that. Mion alerted us that the teacher was coming, so everyone shuffled to their seats. For anybody new to this, again, this is a horror game. It is spooky and scary. Please be advised. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday was the festival. Thank you all to the people who stayed until the very end to help clean up. We were all slackers, so none of us actually helped clean up. Gosh darn right you didn't. Gosh darn right you didn't. Why would you? Why would you? Actually, I had a feeling the only thing we did was run around the festival and cause a ruckus. Okay, then, this time of year, you might see some people here from out of town doing interviews about the festival for magazines. I thought it was the usual stuff, so no one was going to tune it out, but then I noticed the different tone in her voice and started paying attention. Heck yeah, let's go. Is somebody dead? Did somebody get the dead? You may be asked questions. Please don't say anything silly or something like that could be taken the wrong way. Do you understand? Oh, yeah, I understand. Yep, totally understand. I'm gonna biff it. I'm gonna biff it so much. I'm ready. I'm ready to traumatize people. I'm absolutely ready to traumatize people. Let's go. Why is this up? Can I move you? I want to move you. You're going over here now. If I can at least see what's going on. Okay. All right. After all, this was the 5th year. There was probably lots of third-rate reporters pouring in, hoping something regarding the curse had happened. Also, if my mic's giving trouble or anything, just let me know. It did nothing but perpetuate the village's bad image. She was saying, don't spout stupid shit you think's funny. Uh-oh, bad words. And now I was one of the ones who needed to keep their mouths shut. I found it rather cute how I felt a sense of unity from such a trite thing, if I do say so myself. Oh man, these old schools are scary as heck at night. Yeah, they are. Not only that, like the graphics on this are such a trip because it's like these really blurred out photos that are just super stretched and compressed to make up the graphics for the game. Also, if you're good on your Japanese, Higurashi means cicadas. I think that's right, cicadas. I was summoned to club activities after school. Since everybody was still pretty tired from yesterday, we just spent the day relaxing. Yeah, that wasn't happening. For anybody super new to us too, we are very active on Twitch. That's where our primary community is, so come in and say hi. We say bad words though, so be mindful. Today, let's play a classic game of deduction. Funk? Yes, let's go. How about this one? Ooh, a game from overseas. Looks interesting. Is it Clue? Is deduction just Clue? Are we playing Clue? Are we playing Whodunit? What are we doing? Oh, the instructions are in English. That's fine. I own like 3 copies of Cat and Chocolate, and that's in Japanese. Yeah, you can play foreign language games. Don't act like it's difficult. I won't lose, you hear? I'm not too bad at this game. I am. I'm absolute trash. Let's be trash together. Let's go. The rules are the person who can match the murderer, the weapon, and the scene. We're playing Clue! Heck yeah! I love Clue. Or Cluedo. Depending on where in the world you're located. It doesn't have to be called Clue. We can call it Cluedo. Alright, the rules are the person who can match the murder, the weapon, the scene, and the crime wins. There were 3 kinds of cards comprised of suspects, weapons, and locations. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how we be doing it. I could see the names Mion and Rico were written on the suspect cards. Oh, a card with my name on it as well. There are plenty of different weapons, too. Like knives, axes, and poison. Chat, we're gonna get poisoned. It's gonna be the violence right now. But Joseph, what are we gonna do, bud? It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad for my friends and me. We're gonna make it, though. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be fine. There's plenty of different weapons, knives, axes, and poison. The locations are pretty nice, too. Hell yeah. Like the living room, the study, and the courtyard. There are plenty... So basically, you take out one of each of the cards. These are the answer cards. I really wish they'd update this to have a more standard visual novel experience instead of it just being the text reading over the screen and act like dialogue trees. These are the answer cards, so we shuffle the remaining cards and hand them out. We ask each other about the cards and figure out the right ones. Ah, I see. So the cards nobody has are the true perpetrators. Again, hi. Be mindful, this is a scary, scary game. I know it doesn't look that way right now, but you will cry. You will cry when they cry, I promise. All right, then you raise your hand as if you know the answer. The game ends and we check if the answer's correct. If you're right, then you get a point. Has anybody played Clue? Did any of you guys like Clue, by the way? Like, I grew up playing Clue. We have a really nice copy of the deluxe edition of Clue that, like, is harder to find than I thought. Since the game ends, even if no one gets it right, all the cards are gathered up and redistributed. I think I have a D&D version of Clue, too. You'll learn as you go. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward game. The game makes sense. You really have to use your brain. You'll get confused if you don't take notes. I used to take notes during this, too. The rest of you can figure it out by playing. So, Mion, what's the penalty this time? Everyone directed their attention to Mion. Let's see. We're all still a little tired from yesterday, so maybe we'll take it easy with a gopher penalty? You'll be asked to rush out and buy stuff for everyone. Alright, I can go for that. Ha, 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 ha. So just being asked to go buy stuff like drinks and candy, I guess? Hell yeah. Let's go buy some candy, chat. I feel like the penalty today is pretty simple. It is pretty simple. Is there really no penalty? Is Keiichi-san thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah. You don't know what you'll have to go buy. I'm betting Mion would send out whoever loses to buy stuff like hemorrhoid cream or Happy Family Planning Manual or other crazy stuff. What is a Happy Family Planning Manual? Chat, what is a Happy Family Planning Manual? Help, I don't understand. The real perpetrator, the correct weapon, and the scene of the murder have all been taken out, so that means all the cards I have in my hand are innocent cards. Then I'll go first since I'm the club president, I guess. Well then, Mion, knife, study. You pick one suspect, weapon, and murder scene and ask each person. If you have any of those cards, then you must say, I have one. However, you don't need to say which one you have. That's not how I played Clue. I played you could only make a guess at one item. You could either guess a person, a place, or a thing unless you were attempting to solve. Yeah, got it, me too. I have one. Oh, and I have all of them. Oh my, all of them here. Yeah, see, that's too easy. You could finish this game in like a round. Three people answered when she asked if they had Mion, knife, and study. So that means Mion and knife and study are all in the clear. Gotta jot that down. Then I'll go Rena, Axe, Lounge. Only two people said they had one. So it means out of Rena, Axe, and Lounge, one of them is correct and part of the crime? No, wait, even if they say they have one, they don't have to say how many. It's possible that either Satoko or Rika-chan has two of the cards. See how they do this? You see how they mess with you? Well, Kei-chan is next. Go ahead. Whoa, wait, just a little... I'm still sorting things out. The game has me thinking more than I thought. Oh man, this feels like it's going to be tough. It's not. It's a very easy game. Made for children. Oh, mine agent. No. We're good. We're good. Just a second here. Give me a second, chat. You're so patient. You're so wonderful. Chat is patient. Chat is kind. What's up? What's up? What happens if I do that? Nothing. Nothing happens if I do that. Okay. Cool. Guess that just gets to keep going then. Alright, I have the criminal. What? Already? Here I am spinning around in circles and Mian just now raises her hand. Hell yeah, let's go. The murderer's Rika-chan in the infirmary with the poison. Well, Mian drew the cards from the box and we checked to see if her deduction was right. You were right. All I needed was one more hand. I couldn't tell if it was poison or a pistol. But I just skipped all the gameplay. I guess that saves me some reading. I'd never use a pistol. I like killing them slowly with poison. Rika-chan said such a hugely terrifying thing with a smile. Everyone was making a commotion about how they almost had it. Rina and I were left out in the cold, though. How did you do, Keiichi-kun? I couldn't get it at all. Don't worry. I had no idea either. Yeah, we're struggle busing. How can you be so sure? You'll both end up in last place together at this rate. I mean, I'm used to it. Let's go. It's okay to struggle. It's really okay to struggle. How can you be so unsure? You'll both end up in last place together at this rate. That's even worse. Going off buying something together as a couple. What if we ended up having to buy the Happy Family Planning Guide? What is the Happy Family Planning Guide? You gotta explain that to me. I can tell from Keiichi's expression that he's not very good at this game. What? That's not true. I'll show you the true power of Sherlock Maibara during the next round. His name's not Sherlock Maibara, chat. Guys, he's no Sherlock. Keiichi's a lot of things, but smart isn't one of them. My, that sounds just wonderful. Welcome, Redacted. Ah, goodness. We're playing a lovely horror game that has a very slow burn. After that, I managed to somewhat grasp the trick behind the game, but I was still always a step or two behind. I saw that Mian was somewhere gleaming information from how the others were asking their questions. That level of experience was just too much. The only way I could stage a comeback was if I became ruthless. I tossed out the simple concept of deduction and switched over to the thought process needed to win. The important thing isn't to find out the criminal, it's to win the game. Exactly. Winning at all costs. Doesn't matter if you catch the criminal. Eureka! It's so dumb. It's so dumb, Chad. Ah, sorry, need to go to the bathroom. Take your time and squeeze out a nice one. What the? Michan, that's gross. I had them hold off the game and headed down the hall. The air was crisp. It showed just how stagnant the air in the classroom was from our body heat. Taking a little coffee break here. On the school grounds, some of our classmates were still playing around. After spending some time cooling my head, Rina had made her way out towards me. Yo. Keiichi-kun, did you call for me? Yeah, I did. As I got up from my seat, I winked over at Rina. I'm glad it worked out. I didn't want to waste much time, so I'll get right to the point. Rina, what's your record of this game we're playing today? Stealing some coffee sips. She was taken aback. After a moment, she hesitantly opened her mouth. Well, all losses. Why do you ask? I wonder. I could tell from how apprehensive she was playing. The way things are going, I will as well. I can't figure out a way to pull off a last-minute comeback on this one. So I guess both of us will be taking that penalty? Hey, don't accept defeat already. How about we win this? Both of us. But how can we? I brought my lips up to Rina's ear. Whisper, 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 whisper. Huh? Is that allowed? Did you forget, Rina, the second rule of our society? Do everything in your power to obtain victory. Yeah, I'll try my best. Yeah, let's get angry. We're gonna get angry. We're ready for war now. We're making our angry face. Yeah, I'll try my best. Our plan of attack was a quite rudimentary one. At the beginning of the game, everyone would be focused on their own hand for a while taking notes and whatnot. Since our seats were right next to each other, we'd reveal our hands to each other. If we did it under the desk, then nobody would know. We'd begin the game with twice as much information as everyone else. Oh, I got a drink from the Buddha. Ah, Shade, thank you for the hydrate, sweet bean. How are you doing, Captain Shade? Do what under the desk? Holding hands, the lewdest thing you can do with friends. Having this much information would mean we'd need to investigate less. Just kidding. We're not even holding hands. We're passing cards back. We're flashing our cards to one another. With this sort of plan of attack, we start off with a big lead over the other guys. Oh. Yeah, with this we can probably win. Oh my. Yeah, it's spicy content. If I was the shady businessman, then Reno was the corrupt senator. Heh. Pleasure doing business with you. And let's hurry back. We'll work as a duo to surprise everyone. Hey now, there's no point if we go back together. We'd be like flat out telling them we made a little arrangement. Hand holding so lewd. Yeah, it is. Love to hold hands. Oh, sorry. Then what should we do? Go ahead of me, Rena. I'll take my time coming back after washing my face or something. Okay, got it. Rena turned around and headed back to the classroom. I guess I should wait a little bit longer before going back. If I were too soon, I wouldn't seem like I went to the bathroom. Mian or one of them suspected something and there could be problems. Well, they'd figure it out sooner or later, because both Rena and I would start winning over and over again. Both Rena and I will have earned enough points to avoid being losers by the time Mian realized what's happened. Only degenerates handhold? That's not true. I hold hands with everyone. That doesn't make me a degenerate. I'm just a cat. Not bad at all. My Barakun. May I have a moment? Huh? It's the teacher. Man, thanks for just getting good. What is it? I'm a bit... You have a guest. Please make your way to the entrance. A guest? It's not like I own a hotel. They have been waiting. Please hurry. It was rather unfortunate that I'd had someone waiting on me right before my big match, but I was more interested in the unexpected guest. I didn't want to waste any time. Sorry for yawning. So I went away quickly. I'm a degenerate. I hold hands in public. Hell yeah. The entryway was a heavy contrast from the hot sunlight and deep shadows. Waiting there, looking uncomfortably warm, was a middle-aged man, tie sloppily loosened and his jacket tucked underneath his arm. Man, that is a... I'll give you credit for the suspenders. That means you're a safety man. But keeping your tie that short's shameful. Are you Maebara-san? Keiichi Maebara-san? There's no question that he wasn't a resident of Hinamizawa, and that this was without a doubt the first time he had met me. Ever since I met Tomatake-san, I'd been running into so many middle-aged men. That's right. Who might you be? I have the AC on in my car. Let's talk there. It's a bit hot here, don't you think? I don't get in the car with strangers. The man, completely ignoring my question, pointed over to his car parked near the gate and began walking. Hey, I'm just a random old man walking up to a school and kidnapping kids. What the hell's wrong with this guy? You gotta be kidding me. I had no intention of going along with some geezer I didn't even know, and he was asking me to get in his car with him? I'm not gonna bite. Come on now. He opened the back door of his car and called me over. I didn't like this old man, but I wanted to know what this is about, even while knowing that conversations that start out like this have never led to anything good. The inside of his car was pretty cool. You're an idiot, Keiichi. Keiichi's a fool, confirmed. Cars with air conditioners were supposed to be a luxury. My dad didn't have one in his car, at least. Speaking of, I don't have one in my car right now. The blower motor went. Please let me know if it's too cold for you, okay? I have a habit of cranking it all the way up. Ugh. So what business do you have with me? Out of spite, I decided to ignore his remark in the same way he did to me and start my own line of questioning. He pulled out a notepad from his pocket and took out a picture that was stuck between the pages. On it was the face of a pretty goofy-looking guy. If you know anything related to this individual, then please tell me. Who the heck is this? I doubt even his close friends would be able to recognize who he was from the expressionless picture that looked like it was taken at the DMV. There were scribbles on his shirt done in permanent marker. No! Starting with yours, Mayabara-san, and quite a few of your classmates signed as well. Huh? This is Tomatake-san? There was no hint of his usual unreliable and easygoing personality in this photo. It was an expressionless, half-asleep face. Then, do you know this woman? Even before seeing it, I had a good idea of who it was. I don't remember her name, but she was some lady who was with Tomatake-san last night. I didn't know what her name was, but I did know she was a resident of Hinamizawa. When was the last time you saw these two? The night of the Watsunagashi. We spoke. They seemed pretty close, I guess. Did anything bother you about them? Anything is fine. Go ahead and say it. Being asked for every little detail is very troubling, honestly. I had a pretty good idea who this guy was by now. Did something happen to them? Yeah, you'd think. You get shown a photo of a dead body and you're all like, yeah, I think I know what's going on here. There was no response to my inquiry. Thus I replied to that silence in kind. I was pretty sure, no certain, that this guy was a cop. Then why? Why was he asking about Tomatake-san? Did something happen to him? More importantly, why me? Shouldn't there have been plenty of other people who knew more about him than I did? The roar of the air conditioner felt unbearably loud. After a long pause, he finally spoke again. You've moved here just recently, isn't that right, Mayabara-san? Yeah, I just moved here. About the stories. Are you aware, I wonder, about the stories of Oyashiro-sama? No. I didn't pay attention in class. My heart began to race. Oyashiro-sama is the mountain god. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I got her name wrong, so I figured I would correct myself. My heart began to race. I'm pretty terrible at hiding things. Probably showed on my face. Not at all? If you don't, then that's fine. Well, I have heard of it. Tomatake-san told me about it, actually. How much do you know about it? The dismemberment killing, the accidental death, the death by illness followed by suicide, and the lady who was beaten to death. The incidents that always happen on the day of the Watsunagashi, ending in suspicious deaths. I don't think Tomatake-san would have kept anything from me. I think that was everything. No, rather, I don't want to think there was anything more than that. Hey! Here's the joint. Do you know of, well, that, curse, Mayabara-san? Feel free to speak openly about it. I don't believe in it. My answer was instant. It wasn't so much that I didn't believe in it as I was on the verge of believing. I wanted to clear away my own doubts. That was more the prominent feeling. Really? Then that's great. Guess you really are one of those city-raised boys. So what if I don't believe? I have friends waiting, so could you get to the point? The man in this picture is dead. Ah, we liked Tomatake-san. He was the only adult who would actually give us real information. My mind went blank. Huh? What happened to Tomatake-san? It would seem that he died last night. That was the night of the Watsunagashi. He even did everything right, chat. Do you understand the implications behind that, Mayabara-san? Holding hands in public, shade. Implications? Not any yet. Not any for the cause of his death or the reasons behind it. The real problem was that he died on the day of the Watsunagashi, meaning this year, the curse of Oyashiro-sama had once again. The death of Jiro Tomatake is still confidential. You can understand why that is, right? I didn't want to understand why. Please tell me. Tell me what happened. It was rather peculiar. It might be a little too graphic for someone born and raised in Hinamizawa. It was a roundabout way of saying it, but it caused me to doubt whether or not I wanted to hear the rest. I would only regret forcing myself to learn of something I shouldn't. Or at least that's how I figured I would feel if I listened to the rest. One of our patrol cars, remember we got that, you heard that at the end yesterday, I got the little blurb of text, the tips. The tips are always going to be something that's going to help you understand the next chapter a little bit better, even if it didn't make sense. In the context of reading it yesterday, I thought it was about the housewife that had been murdered. Now it seems much more likely that it's about Jiro's murder. One of our patrol cars discovered the body on the way back from security detail at the festival. It was late, about 5 till midnight. The location was, you know the road where the road in town becomes paved, right? Down past the slope, on the shoulder around there. There were a few streetlights on that road. Its pitch-black darkness was only broken by the lights of passing cars and the moon. It was a stroke of luck that Tomitake-san was spotted collapsed on the shoulder of the road. Tomitake-san was face down, covered in blood. Blood and muck covered the asphalt. We thought it was a hit and run at first, but when the officer checked to see if he was still alive, he quickly noticed something abnormal. His throat had been ripped open.
Ooh, spooky. So scary.
I'm having big fright. From a knife or something? No. Nails. Nails? Nail. What do you mean nails? As in fingernails? Yeah. With those, he clawed through. From the coroner's report, it was revealed that it was with his own nails. Dude, you got the coroner out there same night and you already got an autopsy back? Huh? What? What does that mean? Basically, it means it wasn't a murder. It was a suicide. Tomitake-san thought there was a reason to tear open his own throat, as hard as he could with his own nails. Tore through the skin until he started to bleed. And even then, Tomitake-san didn't stop. He continued clawing, with enough intensity that it could have peeled off his nails. Still clawing. Still clawing. Then, as his nails reached those vital arteries that you should never damage, he continued clawing. Splurt. Blood splattered on the ground around him as he bled. While gasping for breath, he collapsed, his body spasmed, and he died in agony. We thought drugs were to blame, but nothing of that nature was detected. But it was a suicide? Never heard of such thing. If this wasn't a mysterious death, then what was? The way he died in these 5 years, his death most resembled that of a curse. As if to show both myself and Tomitake-san, who proclaimed there was no such thing as a curse, that we were wrong. There were a few more suspicious details. From his body chemistry, perspiration, epilation, and so on, we concluded that he was in a state of hysteria right before his death. Yeah, you would think. I mean, that was a given. It's hard to believe someone could be in a sound state of mind while clawing out their throat. Wounds on his hands match a discarded piece of lumber found nearby. There are traces of where he struck trees and the guardrails with it. Tomitake-san's blood was found all over the place, meaning that while tearing at his own throat, he was swinging around a piece of lumber. It's a lot of work. There were external injuries, which were not self-inflicted, discovered on Tomitake. There's a high probability Tomitake-san was assaulted. The external injuries suggest there may be multiple suspects. To summarize, Tomitake-san was surrounded and attacked. While wandering the night roads in a state of panic after being cornered, he picked up a piece of lumber and tried fighting back. Somewhere in there, he began madly tearing at his own throat. clawing it out. Then he died. The presumed time of death was around 9:23 p.m., meaning it occurred right after you finished talking to Tomitake-san at the festival. Everyone signed Tomitake-san's shirt, then parted ways. Aww. Right after that, oh yeah, he should have been with a woman. What about her? She's missing. She hasn't shown up to work and she hasn't returned home either. There's a very high probability that she was involved in this incident. For a while, I could only gaze off into space. I would never have thought that something unfortunate happening to somebody close to me could affect me this deeply. The time I had spent with Tomitake-san was short, but we went to the same festival, spent time together, and took part in the same competition. He was one of us. We have been continuing the investigation on various fronts, but when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, the villagers here aren't very cooperative. That I knew well. It would have been none the wiser if not for Tomitake-san, the outsider, telling me. So that's why you came to me? Because I'm not originally from Hinamizawa? I should have been angry that this was the reason he wanted to hear what happened from me. If things go the way they have been, then the conclusion would be that Jiro Tomitake died from Oyashiro-sama's curse. Wait, maybe he can give me info on the previous murders. Like, maybe he's willing to do some quid pro bro. Was that dumb? Was that in bad taste, chat? Listen. He turned away from me and gazed far off into the distance. The night of the Watanagashi, during that sacred ritual, he callously snapped off photos, angering Oyashiro-sama. That's how it's gonna turn out. There's no way Oyashiro-sama would inflict divine punishment on Tomitake-san. Tomitake-san had to have been killed by humans, and a cowardly group, no less. There's no way I'm going to let this end up being the fault of some curse. I think so as well. There's no such thing as divine punishment or curses. Hey, look at that. Look at all these smart people we got. Big ol' heckin' smarties. Smarting around with their big brains, smarting at stuff. Fucking love it. Also, I think we just hit the hour mark, which means you're about to get hit with ads. Please be sure to stretch, hydrate, take care of yourself. Grab yourself a little snacky if you're hungry. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your physical health. Do a little walkie, do a little stretch, do a little hydrate or dihydrate. You guys know the drill. The tense mood was cut with the man's hearty laugh. That's how this must be, Mayabara-san. Cooperation from individuals in Hinamizawa who don't believe in the curse is indispensable, understand? Neither Tomitake-san nor I believed in curses, but with the way things were going, it would just end up with Tomitake-san's death marking the 5th year, which would mean that Hinamizawa had rejected Tomitake-san. I don't like that. That was something I couldn't allow. Tomitake-san was one of us. He didn't live in Hinamizawa, but he came every single year. In a sense, he was more of a resident than I was. There was no way that Tomitake-san could have been cursed by Oyashiro-sama. But there is nothing I can do to help. I have no idea what happened that night either. Oh, come on, don't be a baby. Don't be baby. We're looking. There's that ad notice. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming soon, chat. like I said, I know it's coming soon. The best thing about being a kitten is my prerogative to have a little meow, meow. Hey, Tungari. Meow, oh, oh. There's nothing I can do to help. I have no idea what happened that night either. No. You see or hear something that draws your attention, and that alone is enough. Well, yeah. If you see something, say nothing. You know the drill. Chat, you know the rules. If I see or hear, he was talking in the future tense. Things or people or rumors. Anything is fine. Don't care if they're unfounded. Here, this is my number. If I'm not there, then just leave a message with whomever picks up. He handed me a piece of paper with his number on it, but I hesitated for a second. If I took it, then whether I wanted to or not, I'd be mired knee-deep in this matter. Please help me solve these questions surrounding Tomitake-san's unfortunate death. That's right. Why was I hesitating? I needed to find the murderer who killed my friend. I snatched up the piece of paper as a satisfied grin spread across his face. Everything we spoke of today is a secret. Please keep this confidential. Understood. From your friends as well. Especially from Sonozaki-san and Furode-san. Please do not inform them. Sonozaki? You mean Mion? Mion! What's wrong with me telling Mion? Why? Are you saying they have something to do with the incident? With my friend's names brought up so abruptly and being told to keep it a secret from them, I became rather angry. Now this is what they call investigative privilege, I suppose. Don't play games with me. Mion is a close friend of mine. I snapped at him, but he didn't seem to especially be offended. I wouldn't mind telling you, but it may just upset you. Say it. He hesitated a little. Turning his head to the outside of the car, he began to speak after thinking a bit. There's a possibility that the string of incidents happening here in Hinamizawa are all a result of the village conspiracy. There's no way that could be right. Give me a break. First of all, is there any proof of that? No evidence. Also, each of the cases were resolved and none of the perpetrators had any direct connection to the village. Then how did you come to that conclusion? Every year, the enemies of the village die on the day of the Watsunagashi. Don't you think that's reason enough to suspect something? Only the residents... Boop. Oh, ads. Doesn't matter. Ads anyways, chat.
Garrett White, go trade
Got hit with ads. The dreaded, violent, vile ads. That's what we be here for on Twitch. The vicious ads. I know I already said it, but grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a treat, grab yourself a snack. We'll be right back. Since we're on the dreaded ad break. I'll be right back myself. That's the wrong window. Let's try that one. There we go. We'll be back in a few. Y'all hearing my phone ring? I think that was a song from the Pokemon trading card game, but it sounded like California. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. Chat, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all get it. All right, we're back now. Only the residents of Hinamizawa felt that day of the Watsunagashi was sacred. So basically, because incidents happened on that day, it was somehow related to Hinamizawa. First, it was the dam construction. Oh, let me kill the music. That's gonna walk everything up. First, it was the dam construction foreman. Then it was a villager that supported it. Those the village hold a grudge against die one after the other from mysterious
Kindred_Co
causes.
has lined up at the White Toe Trading Company's doors to prepare 5 new adventurers for their
What?
quest.
What? Kindred? Did it reach you yet? Kindred, hello, sweet bean. How's it going, buddy? Hello. How was old school RuneScape? There's a cooldown on the raid. Oh, you messed me up there for a second. I thought it was saying Kindrith was raiding, and I was like, Kindrith streams? Oops, caught me off guard. Hello. Obviously, I was lurking in your stream for quite a bit earlier. How you doing, buddy? We just found out a moida happened. Somebody is murdered. Our friend Tomatake-san from the festival last night is now dead. Dude. How were the moon runs? Y'all don't know Kindred, by the way. Kindred, not Kindrith. Our buddy Kindred is actually a close friend of mine. He's actually played at my D&D table, too. Super nice, kind, wholesome guy. Doesn't say the bad words like I do, so if you need something that's a palate cleanser, definitely go check him out. He's been playing a lot of old school RuneScape, but don't let him fool you. I know this guy used to be a Valorant champ. I know he used to be, like, insanely good at Valorant, so don't let him fool you with his humble RuneScaping lately. I know this guy can grind. The means are different, but in the end the result is the same. Unfounded, unreasonable suspicion. But it couldn't just be shrugged off. So, the victims after that? What about the Shinto priest and his wife's death? They weren't enemies of the village. The villagers had expected leadership from the Shinto priest at the time of the dam dispute, but he wasn't proactive, so there was a faction of villagers who harbored ill will towards him as a result. Ill will? It's not like he did anything bad to the village. What about the housewife after that? Did she die just because she was the wife of the brother of a supporter? That's such a trivial reason to kill someone. And what about Tomatake-san? He's not affiliated with the dam project at all. Was he killed just because he was an outsider? In the beginning, it felt like these related to the dam project, but as the years went on, the enemy threshold became much lower. Well, that's the scary part. The bar keeps getting lower. What's so scary about that? It means it's not just enemies of the village anymore. Just being an outsider is reason enough. Then, next year's victim, they're just going to be picked out of the village outsider pool? It might be a person that just moved here. What do you mean by... I swallowed my words. Here, in Hinamizawa, the ones who would be considered the most outside would be my family. I was proof enough of that, wasn't I? I still couldn't really remember the names of the people I passed by. Then the next victims. My family? Was he saying it was gonna be me? It's gonna, it's gonna be me. What does it have to do with Mion? Mion! I can't go into details, but the Sonozaki family led the damn protests. Quite fervently so. This is also true of Mion Sonozaki-san herself. She has quite a few misdemeanor and obstruction of public worker offenses on her record because of the protests. Now does it make sense that her original artwork showed her with a gun? Despite being a high school student? I knew Mion knew that what it meant to fight. This was the first I'd heard of her family leading the protests, though. Then, well, what did it all mean? Are you saying that Mion's family is involved with this string of incidents? I'm sure as hell suggesting it, yes. Not what I was clicking. It's not what I was clicking. This is what I was clicking. Alright, there we go. I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying that if it was a conspiracy, then we'd have the highest probability of being behind it. Not a very clear explanation. Hello, hello. Are things really loud? Ooh, I think things are really, really loud right now. I heard Cat's confusion from the kitchen. Do. I don't know what it is. I can feel right. Meow, 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 meow. We're gonna bump that up a little bit. Or am I getting doubled audio? I think I'm probably getting doubled audio. We don't know who or how involved anyone is right now. That is exactly why I don't want you to say anything to the villagers. Instead of answering, I gave a very bitter expression. It seemed that he understood it well enough. Then think of it like this. I don't want to worry the villagers who blindly believe it's the curse. How about that? What do you mean, how about that? How should I know? But the reasoning behind wanting me to not carelessly open my mouth about it wasn't too hard to comprehend. They'll fucking eat me? They gonna eat me, chat? The perpetrator was here. It had nothing to do with the curse. He was definitely going to be caught by the police and made to pay for his crimes. And none of the villagers should have anything to do with that process. It may cause those sensitive about the curse to just worry needlessly. Just like everyone kept it from me so I wouldn't worry about it. It is now my turn to keep it from them so they don't have to worry. I was just talking to myself. Unlike me, everyone else had been worrying over these mysterious— Jesus! Hi, Rue. Oh my god, hi. Scare the daylights out of me, bud. Oh man, I wish I could have made you hear that. I wish I could have made you hear that. Punishing you for doing that to me. I didn't want to burden them anymore. In the end, everything went as the man had wanted, as insipid as it was, but it couldn't be helped. I understand. I'll keep it to myself. Is that fine, Mr. Oishi? Oishi from the Okinomiya police station. Oishi, so tasty. You can call me Kura-chan if you want. Kura-chan? Ah, nah. Oishi-san's fine. The way he said it was unpleasant. He retained hints of politeness. He was the spitting image of a vulgar police officer. Though I've never seen one this bulky before in the cop shows I watch. I've taken up too much time. Your friends are waiting, aren't they? I should probably let you go back to them. And just like that, he was gone. Just like that, he's gone. The door opened with a click. What am I hearing? What am I hearing? I'm hearing talking. We just doing our thing. We just vibing. We just vibing to some murders. The door opened with a click and in streamed oppressive heat. It was blistering outside of the car. Was it really this hot of a day? It was an almost cruel heat as opposed to the mechanical coolness inside the car. It was as if the land of Hinamizawa itself suddenly hated me. I felt a little sad as the thought crossed my mind. I didn't mean to suspect your friends. Please don't misunderstand that. I refrained from telling him that it was too late to say something that self-serving. It's fine if you don't see or hear anything, Maibara-san. There's enough proof that the village is not involved. I'll contact you if I hear or see anything. But I'm no detective. Please don't expect too much from me. I won't. You don't have to become a detective. Just go on living as you have up until now. Just let me know if you notice anything. I hastily made my way back to the school building after giving him a quick bow. See you later. Farewell, Maibara-kun. I returned to the school building without looking back. I don't know how much time had passed. I did feel bad for keeping them waiting, but right now there was a lot on my mind. Tomitake-san's death was hard enough as it was, but to think that there was the possibility of a village conspiracy, worse still, there was also a chance that Mion was involved? Nonsense. Impossible. Not Mion, Rina, Satoko, or Rika-chan. It was a group that attacked Tomitake-san. Who could the perpetrators be? Could it be they were hiding there, somewhere in Hinamizawa? I didn't know. All I could say for certain was that I knew that Mion couldn't be the perpetrator. He's distracted. He distracted. Our boy here getting distracted by the booba. They'll get you every time. You can't let them fool you with the booba. It's Mi-chan. Hi, Mi-chan. Hey, hey. Hi, hi. It's Mi-chan, the perpetrator, huh? I was startled to hear Rina's voice. With the rope in the, lounge. Bwahaha. Nope. No, Rina clutched her head while flailing about. Looks like you're just self-destructing over here. Wow. Ah, Keiichi-san, you're quite late. As you may well know, I'm seething with anger. Ah, sorry about that. I was called in the staff room, you see. Stop opening that. The mouse clicks in this are unique. You were reprimanded for bad behavior? That's a shame. Well, it's been pretty heated over here. Since it's getting pretty late, let's make the next game the last one. If I remember right, I had 0 points. Isn't it pretty much decided that I'm going to be finishing in last place? Don't worry, Keiichi-kun. I'm at -1 points. How? The heck? Her score is lower than mine and I wasn't even playing. This is the final match to decide if the penalty is going to be carried out by Rina alone or by both Kei-chan and Rina. Aw. Yeah, right. Just let Rina do the penalty by herself. We made a promise, Keiichi-kun, that we would both win. I waited all this time, you know? You know? Urk, I'm sorry about that. I followed my initial plan of showing Rina my cards, but I didn't say who was the criminal and just waited for her to call. I got it. The murderer is me, with the poison at the entrance. Is it? Is it? My, Rina. Quite a quick answer. Do. Rina's correct. Oh ho ho ho. Then it's decided that Keiichi-san shall take part in the penalty as well. Hooray! Keiichi-kun, let's both do our best. Yeah, let's do our best. Haha. It's my fault, so I have no choice. Then that's the game. It's me, Mion Sonozaki, ranked first. In dead last are Keiichi Maebara and Rina Ryugu. Yeah, stop. I hate that it does it. That's the worst hotkey ever. Everyone applauded and the game ended. The problem now was the penalty. Now then, I ranked first, so I'll decide what to be buying for the Gopher penalty. Oh, what will she make us buy, I wonder? Let's blacklist the drugstore. That was your aim, wasn't it? Huh? I don't have any business at the drugstore. This old man's already got a list prepared for you on this piece of paper. Ugh. I'm changing chairs. Give me a second. There we go. Well, there's a lot written here. A lot? Damn it, what is she making us buy? 2 blocks of tofu, shampoo and conditioner, apple vinegar and fried tofu. The heck is it? It's her shopping list. It looks more like a shopping list than a penalty. Yeah, we going shopping. Me was certain she was going to win today. Rule 7 of our society. You cannot refuse any penalty. Here's some money. The shampoo I usually get is Fruit Fable. Thanks. This is just your grocery list. I promised myself that if I won next time, I'd make her go buy hemorrhoid cream. Why? Getting your quest was to be a gopher, and you had to go get her groceries. That is like the least offensive thing you could have had to have gone and gotten. Not a clue. Received an unexpected report. What's our new tips? 2. Search notice, and there are more than 4 perpetrators. Shit snacks, chat. Hypovolemic shock induced by clawing out their own throat. Tissue is packed under the nails, not someone else's nails. God dingus. It's undoubtedly by the individual's own nails. The shape of the scars also match. Yeah, I know the immediate cause of death was suicide. I get it. You're saying the cause of death is unnatural, right? It's kind of like when your back itches and you scratch a little too hard and draw blood. Have you ever done that? Have you ever scratched yourself so hard you drew blood? Like, I've scratched myself where you get like a little red line, but I've never bled from scratching. Some of Tomitake-san's fingernails had been pulled out. It's actually quite simple to pull out one's own nails. Ugh. But it really hurts. Under normal circumstances, the pain would prevent you from completely pulling them out. Also, there were a lot of bruises on Tomitake's body. It's clear from the shape of them that he was assaulted first by someone or a group of people. O'Reilly. According to the toxicology report, the deceased was in an extreme state of hysteria right before death. Then he fought back and he clawed out his own throat because of how hysterical he had become. The guys attacking him certainly would have been surprised by that. It is possible that in such an abnormal environment, a person could perform acts that a sane individual possibly couldn't imagine. Of course, those are very rare cases. Actually, Oishi-kun, that wood plank the deceased used as a weapon, they only found sand and the paint from the guardrail on it. What about cloth fibers or skin? Nothing. The deceased didn't strike the assailants, or it could be they took the plank he was fighting back with. In that case, they wouldn't have gone out of their way to replace it with another. They'd take it all. Har har har. That's true. It was a unique laugh. Tomitake is pretty built and tanned. He was quite athletic. That's right. He was pretty active. I can't imagine what kind of sports he did when he was alive, but I think his physical strength would be on the higher side, meaning he would be difficult to overpower in a brawl. I gotta stop doing that. If a man with such physique sensed he was in danger and swung the plank around quickly, it's just unthinkable that it wouldn't even nick the perp. and his opponent was unarmed. This guy had a wooden plank, so you'd think he'd hit them at least once. To surround and take down someone of his physique, I wonder how many people it would take. You dimwit. You should know better than anyone. Have you forgotten your bad cop days? If I was to take down this guy, how many would I need? When a group wants to take down big prey, it's fundamental to attack with numbers. I'd guess about 4. Even if there was a gap in their strength, they'd manage. Then there were quite a few perpetrators. So any drunken disorderly groups of more than 4 are suspicious? God damn it. Stop clipping. So any drunken disorderly groups of more than 4 are suspicious? A group of 4 or more. Just if they had that many, then couldn't they have hidden the body in a less obvious location? I don't know. I'm not a body hider. Or did he somehow break away from that fatal predicament? Then there would be no reason to commit that. Moreover, I still can't comprehend the irregular way he died. It's full of mysteries. That's under serious consideration on my end, too. Cracking my knuckles over here because it feels good. I'll be examining it as thoroughly as possible. Don't get your hopes up, okay? My hopes aren't up. My hopes not up. After all, we've never encountered a death like this before. I'm not hoping for much, but I am looking forward to the results. Great. It's going to go from being on the ground to being like... just like a little statue. At least you saw him. Chief is calling you. Thanks. See you around. Yeah. Best wishes. Oh, my neck. Okay, give me a second. Search notice. So both of these will probably be relevant to the next chapter. Chapter 7 or 8. Jiro Tomatake, deceased. Resided in a cheap hotel in Shishibone City. Registered under the name Jiro Tomatake. Pen name. Travels via folding bike. No license. The bicycle was found 300 meters away, abandoned at the side of a forest path. Present on the day of the festival. Accompanied by the missing Miyu Takano. I'm hydrating. I'm going to give myself a self-hydrate here. Where's my hydrate? Where's my hydrate? There we go.
Oh, kitten, doing from the Buddha. My widow kitten, doing from the Buddha queens.
Hi, Lucidity. It was good to see you live today. I don't know, my go live for you still didn't work, even though I checked it when I was in your channel today. So I'm glad that you posted in the Discord so I could catch that. No, I still didn't. I still didn't get the notification. I had Discord open, so I lucked out. I had Discord open and saw that you were live because you posted in the Discord. But I literally, on your channel, checked it, and I am following you, and I have notifications turned on, and it still didn't pop. I'm hoping, because I was there, and I have it on, and I checked the setting, that it fixes it. You know how technology is. Twitch is weird, too. I have so many of my, like, of my notices, like, fail for people. Like, I don't get verts when they go off. Present on the day of the festival, accompanied by the missing Miyu Takano, was seen around 9 p.m. by police, location afterwards unknown. Held residence in Hinamizawa for 1 week each season for the last 5 to 6 years. Either. I checked it on desktop is when I reactivated it here. But whatever I have on desktop should work on the mobile device as well. Freelance photographer specializing in wild birds. Check with magazine companies. Nothing suspicious in the film located among the articles of the deceased. Wallet was among the articles of the deceased. Mere act of violence. From the contents of his wallet, he spent most of his time around Tokyo and Chiba, along the Sobu National Railway line. No individual matching the name Jiro Tomatake in the residency records of any of the Tokyo wards. Compare teeth to dental records. Send to Metro Police. Attach a photo. Send to Metro. Contracting magazines regarding Jiro Tomatake. Mio Takano, missing. Nurse at Irie Clinic. Became close to Tomatake through her passion for wild bird photography. Resides in Okonomiya X District XDXX. Single. Witnessed accompanying Tomatake on the festival grounds. Currently missing. Abducted, or maybe a suspect. An important person of interest. Had no motive to kill the deceased. Squabble from jealousy. Need to thoroughly investigate their relationship. Place of work, etc. Need to get information from the police on scene again. I want some cream puffs. 4 jumbo ones. Oishi. All right. Look at that, 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 look at that. Yeah. All right, so do. Sleepy. Oh, same. Whoa, that was a really big yawn, Keiichi-kun. That was a really big yawn for me, too. I'm usually awake once it's time to eat. No, not me. I eat and then I pass out. Technically, I could pass out before eating today. I could just curl up with a cat on the couch and be gone. But it doesn't look like I can do that today. Yeah, facts. I get it. I get it. I was watching TV until late last night. I'm so tired right now. Was one of those raunchy TV shows you love so much on last night? How extremely rude. Don't jump to conclusions. It's perfectly normal for boys, nothing to be ashamed for. Rika not patting my head only made me feel worse. Could you just let me pass out this lunch break? No, seriously. Ma, you think I would just sit here and allow that? I'll get really angry if you disturb me. Stop. Really angry. Yeah. Don't pretend yawn. It makes me want to really yawn. This was just dreadful. Just so sleepy. I slumped my head onto the desk and drifted off into an afternoon nap. Oh, I'm so jealous. Chat, do you want me to just turn the game off? We'll take a nap. It seemed that Satoko had responded, but I pretended not to hear. Cut it out, Satoko-chan. Keiichi-kun fell asleep. His sleeping face, so cute. You can't take him home later. You can take him home later. Let him be for now. Let's move over there. It'd be rude to Keiichi if we bothered him right now. You smell a man-stealer. Koza, I don't know what you're talking about. Rika-chan really is a good girl. Let's not wake him up even if the teacher comes back. I take that back. The excuse that I didn't sleep much last night because I was watching TV was a lie. I was in bed at the usual time, but because of the conversation with Oishi, I didn't get any closer to sleep. just spending the day like this. It's almost as if the incident with Tomatake-san didn't happen at all. It made me think, was Oishi-san just trying to deceive me? Nah, but it was probably the truth. One thing was certain, I couldn't speak to anyone about it. He wasted... He wanted my assistance, but I really didn't know anything about it. If I knew I wasn't going to be of any help, I probably would have listened in the first place. It ended up with me, again, regretting learning something I didn't need to know. If I had never learned about it, I would without a doubt be goofing off with the rest of them right now. I couldn't help but resent Oishi-san for that. Huh? What was that? I heard he wasn't there the next day. It appears he vanished the night of the Watsunagashi. Mion whispered to keep others from listening, but I could hear it clearly. On the other hand, Rina's voice was even harder to pick up, but I could still tell that she was quite upset. It couldn't be. Are they talking about Tomatake-san? Like, Itake? Not sure. That's all I know. I would have to feign ignorance about this topic because I needed to keep it a secret. Rather than waking up and being forced to lie to join the conversation, it was much easier to sit here and pretend I was asleep enough to listen in on their discussion. Wait, why did I have to pretend to be asleep while eavesdropping on my friends' conversations? Seriously, I could go for that nap so hard. The guilt stung. So, and me, there were others, right? 2. But they don't know if it's from the curse or if that was an Onikakushi. Hey, look, we got a new word. We got a new word. What's an Onikakushi? Guys, what's an Onikakushi? Oni-kakushi? To be hidden. Ah, kakushi, like kakurenbo, as in to be hidden. A hidden demon. Okay, to be spirited, like a spiriting away. Got it. There's your Japanese lesson. What a mysterious phrase. I did, however, get the feeling it meant nothing good. There was another, right? Right? If it's Oyashiro-sama's, yeah. But, this year, at all? Grandma and the mayor had talked about it. Seems they talked to the police about it beforehand. They said they'd take care of all of whatever happens this year without causing a commotion. Onikaku, bless you. Thank you. Then without us knowing it, someone had them, you mean? Maybe. Next, could me, I wonder? Don't worry. Don't you forget about me. You got home safely. But is not allowed, right? That was a long time ago. Oh, I'm so interested. Let's stop talking about this. Amidst the uncomfortable mood, both of them went silent. The entirety of the conversation was still a bit unclear, but a few parts caught my attention. First of all, the term, Onikakushi. To be demoned away. By the context it was used, demoned away, man, that's awesome. By the context it was used in, I would guess it's similar to being spirited away. Kakurenbo. I suspected that was what it meant because Tomatake-san and that woman, it really bugged me that I didn't know her name. You were told her name. Vanished after the Watsunagashi. The next thing that stuck out was when Rina said there's another one, right? Mion also said, if it's Oyashiro-sama's, yeah, responding to something. If it's Oyashiro's curse, then there had to be 2 victims. Is that what she meant? Come to think of it, I remember Mion saying at the beginning that they didn't know that if it was from the curse or if it was a case of Onikakushi. It seems that the curse and being demoned away are different things. And even though they were phenomena, they were paired together. I recalled Tomatake-san's terrible end. That wasn't something as elegant as disappearing. That horrendous end would be described as cursed. Hi. What I know is that there's normally an even number of victims of the curse proper, and the last point that bothered me was Reina. Reina was frightened. For what reason, I don't know. However, she knew that something had made her a potential target for Oyashiro-sama's curse. If I recall correctly, Oyashiro-sama should be the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. Isn't a guardian deity supposed to defend the citizens and drive out invaders? If I recall correctly, yesterday's Oishi-san said that originally the targets were enemies of the village, but recently there was no longer any distinction between them or regular outsiders. Oh, okay, that's the wrong button. But if that was the case, then I wouldn't think that I'd be more likely a target, having moved here more recently than Rina. From her composure, I can infer that she was grimly certain that she would be next. I should probably relay what I heard just now to Oishi-san. Informing the police of what I heard by eavesdropping on my friends while pretending to be asleep, it made me feel terrible. It raised a few questions and left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Would it be better not to seek the answers to those questions? As I continued to learn more and more, I felt like I had fallen past the point of no return. I would definitely regret this one day. I would definitely regret ever having learned of these events. Oh, and it's happy again. Funk yeah. Let's get happy. Let's get happy. We're so happy, chat. The teacher approaches. Keiichi-san, you must awaken! In the distance, I could hear the ring of the handle bell signaling the start of afternoon classes. Hell yeah, let's wake up. Gah! I couldn't sleep at all. Same. I hastily opened my eyes and raised my head up. It was in that oh god, Jesus, fuck, Jesus, jump scare, why? It was in that moment when I leaned against the back of my seat. Ugh. There was a thumbtack stuck on the back of my chair with tape. Circumstantial evidence was enough. Satoko! Guilty without a trial. Capital punishment. I furiously jumped up from my seat. That scared the crap out of me. Furiously jumped up from my seat, and I tripped as if my feet were tangled up. My shoelaces had been tied together. Maybe you were asleep, dude. Not bad, Satoko. While I was sleeping, you were able to conceal your presence and able to pull this off fine piece of work. The teacher came in right as I was about to pull off my shoes and tackle Satoko. Oh ho ho. Did you not notice that our teacher has arrived, Keiichi-san? Take your seat. Clomp clomp. Whoosh. Whiff. Not caring one bit, I made her eat a flick to the forehead. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Wow, Keiichi-san is being mean. Hey, don't pick on the younger kids, Maya Barakun. This bitch. Apologize to her. Just slap. I saw Satoko stick out her tongue at me. The little brat. Come on, Maya Barakun. Yeah, I'll apologize. Sorry, Satoko-san. And in any case, I apologized, even if it was in a completely insincere tone of voice. Damn her, I'll remember this. You revenge the club meeting. Take your seat, take your seat. I sat down after Mion told me to. She'd switched to class representative mode. With the boring classes finished, school was finally over for the day. Hell yeah. Now then, what should we do for club today? Personally, I would like to play the deduction game one more time. I was hardly able to play it last time because of Oishi-san. Rina and I weren't even able to test out our strategy. That's right, today Keiichi-kun and I will be victorious. What should we do? We've never even played the same game 2 days in a row before. What should we do? We never played the same game 2 days. Why not try asking me? Yeah, ask me. What's me gonna say? Me. Do it, me. A nap sound good. Did you know there's an account for Kuba? Also, hello. You've been asleep all day and just noticed the time? Kek, I'm so jealous. Oh, don't even say the word sleep. Mian looked over her shoulder as we made eye contact. She slowly tapped her palm with her fist as her face suddenly lit up. Oopsie. I completely forgot I need to go help my uncle today. Sorry, guys, not today. Helping your uncle? Aren't you a little goody two-shoes? Sorry, really. I really did forget. Well then, sorry, guys. Sleep the heat away. Oh, I wish. It's still 100 out. Mian left us with that time and rushed off the exit after snatching up her bag. Goodness, you guys. Here's what I'm gonna do, too. If you guys want to give me a minute. Do a little stretchy. I finally admitted defeat. What defeated you, Kindrith? The heat? Oh, God. I gotta stretch. So tired. You retreated to the AC bedroom with Din Din? Heck yeah, do it. Get it. Let me do this. Let me do this. I'm gonna go grab some more soda. Because if I don't, I'm gonna pass out. I know I'll pass out. I'll just be dead on my feet. So give me just a second. And I'll be right back with the new soda. Pick a Din Din in Discord. I'll take a look when I'm grabbing dinner. Or a soda. I'll be right back, sweet beads. Give me just a minute. I'll fire the ads off now so that we don't have to deal with them later. Give me just a minute. That was the wrong one. Where is it? 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 Alright, apparently I have to wait to run the ad break. Let me refresh the screen. See if that helps. Come on. There we go. There's your ads. Oh, it didn't turn my ad notice on. Oh well. All right, chats. Chats, don't tell anyone. Don't tell Osaka Bean. I had to go make myself a Red Bull. I had to make a Red Bull to get through it, chat. I was hurting. Let me actually do this, too. Something's going on here. I gotta fix a couple things. Because, God, we are dropping a lot of frames. I made a Red Bull, chat. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna end this to get some of my my system resources back. Banya. Give me one more second. All right, there's that. I can close that. So you had a homemade Red Bull, no wonder you're not sleeping. I just made it right now. And I'm nodding off before I made it, so I needed it bad. You see me, Chan, she sometimes goes to help out at her uncle's shop in town. Oh, I thought she wasn't the type to get caught up in such bothersome stuff. She said that she gets paid for it. It's quite a bit of spending money from what I hear. I see. She was able to pay for that mountain of games with what she saved up from there. But that, wouldn't you call that a part-time job? Isn't that against school policy? There's a clause that states family businesses are excluded. Is that what she's calling it? So what now? Pass on the club today? So we're done today, I guess? Won't it be fine even without the club president? Let's do this. Uh-oh. I opened the club locker and began searching for the deduction game from that ever-growing pile of games. Ah, here it is. The deduction game from yesterday. Man, I had to stop just as I was getting the hang of it. At the very least, I wanted to repay Satoko for what she did during the afternoon break. You do a worry. Why are you doing a worry? I do not mind, but it's fine for Rina and Rika. If Keiichi-kun wants to so badly, I wouldn't mind playing for a bit. Yeah, that's right. I think it's better that if we do have everyone together. When she says it like that, I wanted to go shopping if there wasn't a club meeting today. Going to buy soy sauce and other things. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. Well, I guess since it's been a while, I should go treasure hunting. What's this now? Everyone was no longer in the mood for club activities. I kept on trying to push the matter and make them realize I had a trick up my sleeve. Ah well, I'll give up this time. Man, I really was looking forward to playing it. I shuffled through the cards as if I was still caught up on it. At the next opportunity, I shall give you a sound thrashing. Oh ho ho ho. The murderer is Satoko. The murder weapon is the pistol. It was you after all. What did you say? Then I'll just... Satoko looked through the cards on the desk and stuck out 3 of them at me. The murderer is Keiichi, in a lounge, with the rope. I don't need no rope. I'll just strangle you like this. No, Keiichi-san's such a beast. Whew. Well, I guess it's good that I got that out of my system. Wow, I'll remember this, Keiichi-san. She was used as a plaything for quite a while. How unfortunate. Ahaha, cute, cute. Everyone got ready to go back home. I also helped gather up the scattered cards. I suddenly paused. They were just the suspect cards, but I noticed something strange. Rena, Satoko, Rika, Keiichi, Mion. Satoshi. Satoshi. Not all the cards were made by us, or at least every card besides this one has the name of a club member. Does it mean that this Satoshi fellow is a member? Was there someone in the class named Satoshi? I couldn't find anyone named Satoshi on the class roster stuck up on the wall. Keiichi-kun, let's hurry up and finish cleaning up. Being rushed by Rina, I finished up quickly. Satoko and Rika-chan had already headed merrily for their lockers, so we were the only ones left in the classroom. Right now, Rina had already gotten her bag and was ready to leave. Rina, there must be quite a few people who transferred from this school, right? I tried asking Rina in a bit of a roundabout way. Rina made a troubled face and then answered, Yeah. Hanamizawa is a rural town, right? Some people transfer out every now and again. Then is Satoshi another one of those transferees? Sorry, I don't really know. There's a bit of a pause, but the answer was pretty much immediate. I'm not saying it to be mean, just last year I transferred in, so maybe I just missed him. So I didn't hear much about him. Sorry. Shiny, I'm fine. I'm A-okay. I mean, I do like watching this, but at the same time, I mean, it's 6:30 p.m. I can't go to bed this early. I am not sure, sorry. Her answer was a lot like when she refused to tell me about the murder at the dam. I was saddened by her denial and felt a little bit of anger. I'm their friend, aren't I? Friends don't keep secrets from their friends, do they? Though I do appreciate that they kept the unsettling curse thing from me. But if everyone is worried about it, I'd rather be worried with them. Oh. For a moment, I just wondered what kind of face I was making just then, with these mixed feelings of sadness and annoyance. Keiichi-kun, you're making a scary face. Why is it? Why? It was probably the exact kind of face Rina said it was. It appeared my grim expression had frightened her. Ah, sorry. I was really looking forward to the club today. I'm just feeling down about it. I rustled Rina's hair. Let's go home. Dragging that awkward mood with us, we headed home. Yeah, don't worry. Kun Baka. Yeah, we are all Baka on this blessed day. I wonder why. Why have I been getting this dumb feeling lately? I don't know anything. I had nothing to worry about. I was just enjoying my everyday life. My long outstretched shadow gave no answer to my naive inquiry. Keiichi-kun, are you tired? Maybe? Rina timidly questioned the reason behind my mood. I'm sure my expression made the situation even more unsettling. You think so? Yeah. You seem to have been a little out of it ever since this morning. Maybe a cold? Physically, I was pretty sure I was in perfect health. I may not seem like it, but I've had perfect attendance since elementary school. Rina continued on since I didn't give her an answer. It could be that the fatigue from moving has finally caught up to you. It's completely different from where you used to live, after all. Of course you've gotten tired, since there's so much you need to get used to and remember. Maybe that's it. Yeah, that's it. You just gotta remember all the chaos. There you go.